Arizona, homeowner's best friend.
What does the build process look like? What are the steps that we have to take in order to get this thing built?
Oh, very good question. For me, it was the first thing I did was I chose a location. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, when I make a garden bed, I put the narrow end north and south, which protects the wicking bed or any garden bed from the extreme heat because there's less sunlight on the smaller end of a garden bed.
Mm-hmm. What's the smaller end? You said 4x8, so you're just talking about how you're laying out your rectangle?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, the 4-foot ends are facing north and south. The 8-foot ends are facing east-west. The reason for that is, first off, the amount of sunlight that will hit the 4-foot side of the bed versus the 8-foot side. You want to keep your beds cooler, if at all possible.
And this is for really any kind of raised bed, garden bed, correct?
That is true. And the other benefit from that is when you plant your garden, you plant your larger plants to the north and your shorter plants to the south so that the plants do not shade the plants that need the sunlight. So that was, the orientation. What I use 2x12s, and I cut them to 8-foot lengths and 4-foot lengths. I had a pond liner. I used 4-inch piping. It's 25 feet long. I got it from one of my big box stores. I had a bulkhead fitting that I got from another large manufacturer. I used quarter-minus rock, shade cloth,
which you can get anywhere.
Yeah,
I think you can even buy it sacked in some places, bagged.
The reason I used river rock as opposed to any like a sharp granite is I didn't want the pond liner to get perforated.
Perfect sense.
So that was the idea behind that. I have an end cap over the fill hole to keep mosquitoes out, and I use a good quality growing medium. And so those things put together make up a good wicking bed.
And you said earlier it's a little bit more expensive, and I don't know what a bed liner costs, but when you're running through the material list for a 4x8, you're probably still a few $100 max.
I don't even believe I spent that much over the whole thing. My beds probably cost me somewhere under $100 for a 4x8 complete bed. You can get a little more extravagant. There are companies that have corner pieces that fit over the 2x12s and, just to make it aesthetically beautiful. But for me, it was functional. So I used screws.
And you were talking about you could use your retaining as a stone wall. That would obviously increase your expense a lot, but aesthetically, that'd be pretty sharp look.
Yeah, but when you think about things that have been broken down, like old basketball courts and so on and so forth, that's called urbanite. So you can make your container out of urbanite, previously used materials, and still put a pond liner in, and it wouldn't cost much.
Rosie on the house, every Arizona homeowner's best